Hey guys, this is day 1's. We are back for another video since we haven't done one in several months. So this one is, oh, by the way, I'm CJ. This T Fent. So we're going to talk about spiritual growth. Everybody has their own belief system and their own spiritual experience, things that spark it. Because sometimes, when you're dealing with spirituality, sometimes, you're at, what's it called? It lays dormant. Like things happen, you're not really into it, and then something happens in your life and it sparks it, and you really start trying to get in tune with yourself, trying to align your personality with your soul. So we're going to talk about that because Finn has been on a spiritual journey, and she talks about it quite often. And so I want you to share with the audience exactly what sparked that spiritual growth. What do you do to keep yourself centered? How are you improving yourself?
Well, I think what did it for me, I'm gonna take it back a year ago when I lost my job. And I had to really second guess myself, like what did I do wrong? I had to basically reevaluate myself. So hearing my good Judy sit here and talk about her different changes and what she did with her lifestyle and how she was growing and protecting her inner peace and things that she doesn't allow and what she does allow and who she hangs with, I applied that to my life. Everybody always gives you advice. So I said, well, maybe if I just start doing things differently and eating differently, basically just moving differently, and I can tell you it has been a huge change in my life. I mean, if I was to tell you what's going on in my life right now and you see that I'm sitting here and I'm so calm, cool, and collective, it's like, wow, that is spiritual growth. Carla knows what I'm going through, but I'm not sharing it with y'all because that's really personal.
Right.
However, it's just eating right. We were talking earlier, and she was sharing with me with her diet and everything like that. Not diet, excuse me. Her change of foods, and I was telling her, sharing with her things that I never thought I would do, but being around other people who are vegans or vegetarians or just people that are on health diets, what they're eating and how it changes everything. So I changed my eating habits. I couldn't stand vegetables, so I eat certain vegetables now. Downloading my Bible, reading my scriptures twice a day, evening, morning, and evening. Musically, I listen to more hip hop now because it makes me happy. I mean, I'm happy when I'm doing different things, such as writing my book. I'm pushing myself forward more to that, and the fears that I have, I'm facing my fears. So different things. I don't do the things that I used to do. I'm trying to change, such as drinking. I know I can because when I used to smoke my little Chiba, that was like a regular basis for me back in the day. If I could weed off of that, I know I could weed off the cigarettes. So when I was dipping into my little edibles, I stopped that. It's just certain things are just not good for the body. And when you're not focused being under substances, it's not, it's good and it's bad because it all depends what your emotions are and what you're going through in life. So when I was drinking like that, there was a lot of things that I didn't want to face, and I just wanted to escape reality. So the drinking for me, without me offending anyone, was my escape code. Like when I would go out, I'd grab my twisted teas, like, yo, I'm ready. Just ready to have a good time. And then thinking back, and because of my action, it wasn't healthy. So I knew I had to look. Okay, T, pump your brakes, lay off the drinking. And it's just certain things that you have to face. And then when you have embarrassing moments, scooting across the floor in your underwear and stuff like that, you don't act like that. But you wasn't, you were having a good time. You were just plastered. Yeah, that was me. I didn't want to say it. But however, yeah, I was having a great time. But that's not me. And it was embarrassing. So it's things that you have to face, and it's called taking accountability as well. And then things that I would say that's not out of the normal my character. Like, you have to really piss me off for me to call you a bitch, and I don't even like that word. So it's just was a lot of things that I knew that I had to change to become a better person. I mean, I'm a very likable person anyway. If you know me, you love me, and you like being around me. I would never
social butterfly.
Yeah, I would just never steer you wrong, or nor would I try to offend you meaningfully. You know what I mean? That's just not me. That's not my character. I love being around people. I'm a people person. But why'd you cough?
Cause I had.
Now you're being smart again, Carla.
I had a tickle from when I was.
I bet. I got a tickle for
guys,
you.
I just had COVID. If you hear a little frog in my throat, Work with me, okay? It's the long haul.
But it just always seems like it's like a punchline for me.
No, that's not what it was. No, I'm very proud of you and your spiritual growth, actually.
So I'm trying,
I
like,
really
I really am. And like I say, I try to tell everybody, it's like, this is not a con. I'm really, and when I am talking to other people and their situations and I hear it and I listen, because I wasn't a good listener back in the day. I didn't want to hear it. I'm like, I'm listening, but I'm not listening because I wanted to hurry up and ad lib and put, say what I wanted to say to get my point across. I learned to be a big listener because I have a tendency, if someone's talking, I will take their situation and turn it into mine. And I shouldn't do that. Not negatively, but I would just stir the conversation on me because I used to be cocky. I'm working on me. So self-development is what I've been going through during this spiritual journey of mine. And I'm loving every step of it. I mean, there were times like, I don't even know, why, God, why are you waking me up? We're all here for a purpose. You never know why you're in someone else's life.
Right.
We talk about seasons. We talk about chapters. Some people come to your life for a season, and some people come for a reason. So
Absolutely.
what is my purpose? I don't know. I'm getting up there. I'm going to be 50 soon. Yeah. So I need to know right now what my purpose is. And I think right now, my purpose right now is to get right with myself so I can be healthy mentally for my son and my other loved ones. And I love my family dearly. I'm a very family oriented person. If you don't know me, I am. I love my family to death. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. But enough about all that. But so, it's just, it feels great. It feels really, really, really good. And I would have to say, I always like to be going out, and I had to be out on a Friday and Saturday, and I'm okay with sitting at home and writing, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm barely on Instagram. I get DMs like, "What's going on with you? Fake, you good?" I'm fine. It's just I'm taking time
That's
out.
also
for me.
very healing too. Just staying away from social media because it takes you away from the focus. It distracts you. It also it comes off as an addiction to a certain degree. So I respect that. I love that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just it is what it is. I mean, we all really do take life for granted, and we need not to. I thought about mending some things that happened to me last year, and I said, you know what, I'm fine. And I prayed about it, and I'm fine. You stay in your lane. I'm going to stay in mine. We're just, our chapter is done. I wish you all the best, but you being around me and what I got going on, I don't want you in my bubble.
Right.
And that's just that.
I respect it. Okay.
Yeah. So what about you?
So for me, I would say last year was I was already starting to get into my spiritual journey already. There was a period of time because I would like to say I'm agnostic. That's basically what I am, which means that I don't say there is a God or is not. I just play the middle. That's usually what I do. I definitely know that there's something higher for me. I feel like I feel that I'm really in tune with, the universe. That's what I speak of when I talk. Most people say God, I say the universe.
Yep.
I feel like that's what feeds me. That's my source, the universe. But last year, a couple of things had occurred that really had pushed me more on my spiritual journey. And I feel like everything that goes on in your life, it pushes you to it pushes you for your evolution. It challenges you so you can get in tune with yourself, so you can align your personality with your soul. That's what we're here for. So basically, last year, I had a situation with my child. You know what I mean? The first time I ever had that kind of experience with not, we had a serious disagreement, and it caused separation temporarily. That situation taught me so much about myself. It taught me so much about who I was, what I need to improve within myself, and what I need to challenge. The part of myself that is in fear, you know what I'm saying? The part of myself that is broken, and those things kind of like got me on my spiritual journey. Breakup, spiritual journey. So for me, and then I have health issues, spiritual journey. Right. So I basically had to really just get centered and try to acknowledge and listen, quiet down and listen to what the universe is telling me, what the message is, listening to what my purpose is supposed to be. And last year was really, really difficult for me. I did have a lot of positivity that came last year. I feel like because I have given so much positive karma to the world, because I try to always move with good intention. I'm not. I'm human. Sometimes, I slip, but for the most part, I like to just have good intention, and that's how I check myself. I try to not let my ego be in the driver's seat, and I felt like because I settled down and I allowed myself to think and to listen, I stayed in prayer. Um,
Got to.
I stayed in prayer last year because I was really, really dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The universe blessed me with a new opportunity for a job, which I'm grateful for because I feel like that's part of my purpose. That job is who I am. I'm an advocator, so it allows for me to do that. Yeah. But also, me having a health condition, it kind of like take the joy out of a positive experience. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reality here for me that is over my head. What? You laughing at my hands?
No, honey.
Because I use my hands.
No,
you laughing at that bell?
Yeah.
Yes. So like because I have health situation where most people, you don't know when you're gonna die. You don't know when you tap, and it can happen at any time. But when you have a chronic illness, you most people, you get focused on what that is because you feel like that's what's going to take you up out of here. And so for me, as I'm going through this journey and having COVID and things like that, all that kind of stuff, it kind of like it took a toll on my body last year and this year. So like at this point in my life, I'm just trying to stay in the present. I'm not trying to get caught up in the past, not trying to get caught up in the future. Just live for the actual moment that I live in right now. Not getting caught up and draining my body, causing myself anxiety and all that kind of stuff, thinking about things that do not exist. I gotta live in the moment right now. And so right now my whole focus is just learning who I am, loving myself, enjoying myself, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to have authentic power, not being caught up in external power, and also not managing my health, let my doctor manage my health, but just managing my mind and keeping myself healthy in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to establish relationships and be present in those relationships. A lot of times we are on autopilot. I know I'm an autopilot person. I get caught up in the regimen of things, and I'm not always present. So in my journey, I'm learning to really be more present, not take things for granted, not take relationships for granted, and enjoy that moment that I'm with that person, or I'm experiencing whatever it is I'm experiencing, not sitting on my telephone, or, you know what I'm saying, not trying to, think about what's happening tomorrow instead of thinking about what's going on right here before me. So that's where I'm at in my spiritual journey, eating healthy, trying to eat a very, very clean diet. I am a vegan, but I was eating a lot of processed foods and things like that. So now I'm trying to eat a little bit more cleaner, trying to go to sleep at a certain time, turn the TV off, get all that external noise out, and really just be centered. So that's where I'm at my spiritual journey.
Well, dang, you go to bed at 9. Would you go to bed at 7 now?
I turn the lights off like 8:30. Because usually I let the TV run, and then I'll set the timer. But now I turn the TV off.
So yeah, I need to sleep with y'all.
I love going to sleep. I don't understand. I love, and you know what's so funny? Because Big Bobby, right? That's my stepdad. He told me, he was like, because he's in the hospital, and so he's at that time in his life where he's starting to tell me things about myself growing up, about our relationship that we have, and how grateful he is that my mom allowed him to have that relationship with me, because he's only dad I really know. So, my biological dad lived around the corner. My Big Bobby's my dad. So he was telling me that he loved hanging out with me when I was a kid, and he said, you know why? I said, what? He said, because as soon as I put you in the car, you go right to sleep. That I've always been like this. I tap very early. People think I'm lying. Carla, you wasn't asleep. You ain't answer the phone. No, Carla really sleep. I'm gone. I'm out.
She should be named Sleepy Hollow then.
I'm listening. I love to go to sleep. It's just, well, at the end of the day, I'm tapped out. So
there's nothing wrong with sleeping.
That's where I'm at, my spiritual journey. Prayer every day. I have an altar. I try to build it with things that I have. Set candles, things like that, and just try and be present and let the universe know exactly what my intention is and what I need from it, and hope that they hear me, and that I'm blessed and that I'm covered, and that's just how I operate.
And real quickly, also, helped me deal with my son on a better level as well. Instead of us having shouting matches, I actually talk to him now and I listen. So that was also, it's also being helpful as well with that.
Exactly.
So
healthy relationship with your children is so important because you don't want to leave here leaving things left unsaid. That's something that's like really, really big with me right now, is leaving things unsaid.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk away from a relationship not saying everything I need to say to that person. And also, you know, the relationship that you have with a person, if it can't be mended, just to be able to walk away from it and not hold any grudges, not having any resentment, understanding that we all human beings and we all have our own contract. When we came to the universe, we had a contract. I don't know what your contract is. I don't know what your contract is. I don't know what mine. Well, I'm learning what mine is at this point. But not to be judgmental of what it is. To experience the moment that I have with that person and what that person gave me and what they challenged in me and what they taught me, and I let it just be what it is. If we can't be friends moving forward, you know what I'm saying? Or we can't be a mother and child moving forward, you know what I'm saying? If we can't be father and daughter moving forward, we got to respect each other in a way where we can just walk away from the situation without holding grudges against people, and just understand that people are people. We are human. We are all on our own journey.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And just be respectful of that, because judging somebody for the things that they have done to you really has nothing to do with that person. It has to do with whatever lesson that was for you. Like, you know, how you responded to it, that how you reacted to it. It's all for your overall growth. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it did. I should have mentioned this. I'm also part of what really, really made me get down and decided, like, I got to change my ways. Something happened to me. I went on a trip, and someone said something very demeaningful to me. So that right there, and I don't like pain. I'm not talking like literal, like if I get
like emotional pain or physical pain.
Physical pain. I don't like any type of pain. Well, of course we don't. But I had, for 3 weeks, when this person made this comment to me, for 3 weeks, it was like up in my stomach, like it was so tight. And when I tell you I've never moved my bowels so much in those 3 weeks, excuse me, it was, to me, I said, this is not good.
Right.
And maybe I should have addressed it. I think I did address it at the time because the conversation was very heated, or whatever the case may be. We both didn't want to go to jail. But moving forward, I really had to question myself. Like, I've known this person like almost 20 years, we can say. And for that person to say what she said to me was enough to make somebody literally snap. So right then and there, when that was said to me, I was already on my spiritual journey. So I think that saved me too. But it was a life lesson that I had to learn.
But do you realize that what that person said to you was, it triggered something within yourself?
Sure did.
It hurt you because of how you feel about yourself. Something about you, whatever you think about yourself, it sparked that. So that's what you have to heal. You have to, when somebody says something to you that's hurtful, you got to say to yourself, you ain't got to say to them, thank you for bringing that up. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have pointed out what I need to heal within myself. That's all that person did, was show you what you need to heal. If that makes sense to you.
I know, you know what she said.
I know what she said, but that's I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is. When they say when people make you feel, can't nobody make you feel no type of way. You make yourself feel how you feel.
Yeah, you're right.
When somebody hurts you or says something, if somebody were to come in here and say, you a fat bitch, that ain't gonna hurt me. I don't feel I'm a fat bitch, so it's not gonna hurt me. If somebody comes in here and says, Carla, you an uptight bitch, I might feel like some type of way because I am a little uptight. So now I'm triggered, because now you talking to a part of me that I know is there. You feel me? If you come in here and say I'm a fat bitch, I'm like, all right, that's your business.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you know what was said, so y'all can understand. Okay. I was told that I was beneath someone. Now, you're beneath me. I said, what you say, bitch? You beneath me. Yeah, just a little bit. How would you feel? Yes, I'm asking our supporters out there, how would you feel?
It was foul what she said.
If someone said that to you. Like, excuse me, I'm not beneath nobody except for the man above. And that is it. I don't get on my knees for nobody. Unless it's different circumstances. However, in prayer. Anyway, I am. I'm just saying, using an example. Gotta throw a little jokey joke in it. But however, let's get back to it. That was rude and it was not called for. I would never, ever, ever. And like I told her, I said, bitch, you might as well should have just spit in my face and called me a nigga at this point. That's how I felt. So,
but that
wait a minute, before I get off track. Wait a minute. I'm getting to that right now. I was telling Toy, my other good Judy I went out with last night. I was telling her when this person said that to me, it made me think like, well, wait a minute, is it me? Do I think I'm beneath people? Never. I don't hate on anybody. I was just telling Carl the other day on the phone, I said, you know what? I would have to say, I ain't a hater, never been the type. I am very happy to say, and I said to Toya too last night, I said, I am happy to say that I'm around people that have beautiful things. Why would you want to hate on that? Because they bring you around, so they think you beautiful too. They want you around these beautiful things, whether you're invited somewhere or wherever the case may be, whatever you're doing at in your life. So for her to say that to me, I did kind of look at myself sideways, like, well, is it you? Like, but like I said, no, I'm not beneath nobody. I envy nobody. I don't care what you got, because what you got don't make me sugar honey iced tea. I don't care. However, I will compliment you and wish you the best. But right there, when people want to really hit below the belt, I think she really tried to bring me out of my character, because I probably would be in jail right now. However, I didn't allow that. So that's part of my spiritual growing.
That was the challenge right there.
Because I could have really...
Maintaining your calmness in that situation.
So... learning, everybody. That's what we're doing. We're learning in 2022. Patience. Being kind to one another.
Giving good karma.
Karma.
Please know that karma comes back for you.
Oh, yeah. And I don't want to see that hoe ever again.
Karma gonna come back for you, no matter what it is.
Yeah, please, people, don't think you're exempt. She find you in the corners.
She will.
She'll find you in the liquor store. She'll find you out on the streets being a
out in the world and you are being deceitful and harming people, you know what I'm saying? Or especially people who are in your corner, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things come back. Even what you say to a person, just a random stranger, all that stuff is accounted for. You know what I mean? Don't go look, she ain't over there. So when you go out there, be mindful, have good intention. Just remind yourself that this stuff is coming back, because it always comes back full circle. So what you put out, you're going to get back. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with my spiritual journey, and I'm aware of that. And I just try to stay with good intentions as much as I can. But like I said, I'm human, and I ain't always on point. But it is what it is. But that's where I'm at with mine.
Everybody, just be mindful of your surroundings and people, and watch what you say, because you never know when somebody might snap, crackle, and pop.
Well, damn. See y'all.